Alright, we're gonna try to play EXAPUNKS today, and the reason I say that is because I didn't really actually spend too much time, but I did start recording and try to play this one, as you can see, because the intro is already there, it's usually not. And it seemed very difficult. I spent not like that long, probably 20-30 minutes, just thinking out loud how I would go about it and realized it would take a lot of time, or at least I thought it would. I'll just show you because I think that would make it a better case, but I don't know right now if I can do this one easily. Anyway, so it says retrieve credit card numbers from a supercomputer company sales system. The data phones were cute, but I still need more computing power. We need to get me some significant hardware upgrades. I assume you have some kind of plan? Of course. We're going to buy a supercomputer with credit cards. Specifically, credit cards that were used to buy supercomputers before. It'll be less suspicious that way. Someone who buys one supercomputer buys two, right? Seems plausible to me. Okay. So that was a little intro. Here's the level. It says create a file in your host containing the contiguous 16 value sequence from the garbage file that is a valid credit card number. There will be exactly one such sequence. For more information, see how to validate that. And I'll bring that up. I did before, but I'll do it again. Because obviously that wasn't part of this. But it's okay, so here's the thing. It's hard to count these, first of all, because annoyingly each line doesn't necessarily have the same amount, so I can't even like use shortcuts really. I just have to count them off individually. You know, unless I want to program something to count it, but then that's just like it's not worth the effort. Anyway, so it doesn't mention anything about negative 9999 anywhere, but I have to assume that, and I'll bring up the page in a second, but I'll have to assume that those are just kind of like, I don't know, just like stop points or something. Here's why I bring that up, because if you count all these out, right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 negative 99999. Okay, so then I guess we assume that was just a string of 6 digits that was thrown into the junk but are meaningless towards what we're doing. The next one is 1 2 3, well here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 20, 3 and 2, so 25 digits long. So the question now is, oh well, that's not 16, but it's over 16. But does that mean it doesn't matter because it's not? It has to be 16 values, right? Okay, well then you have 1 3, you know, less than, less. This one's probably like 15, I think. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So not quite. Smaller, and then this one 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So it's like that's the one, right? Like that's 16. And then we have 3 2. This one's really big. This one is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. This one is like 0, I guess, or doesn't have anything in between those two negative 9999s. Okay, so there's only one that's exactly 16 long. Done, easy. And I'll show you the. I'll bring it up now because I think this is gonna make more sense if I show you the thing in the manual that helps explain this. So give me a second. I'm gonna bring that up. Okay. How to validate credit card numbers. if you've ever messed around with credit cards, you know that you can't just make up any number and have it be accepted. In this article, I will present the method used by all major credit card issuing and processing companies to validate card numbers. Knowing this process will let you generate numbers that will pass the validation scheme. As you probably noticed, most credit card numbers are 16 digits long. The first 15 are the account number, while the final digit is a check number, or check digit, to make sure that the account number was correctly swiped or entered. To validate a number, start by summing all 16 digits from left to right. For the even digits, 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 14th, 16th, add the digit as is, but for the odd digits, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, 13th, 15th, you need to double the digit and subtract 9 if it's greater than 9 before adding it to the sum. So they're saying, I'll show you like here, if you have an 8, you would double it and you get 16. That's greater than 9, so we subtract 9 and get 7. But if it was like, I don't even know if they have an example here. Yeah, weirdly, this is a bad example. I don't know why they chose the numbers they did here, because it doesn't actually have an instance where you double a number and don't change it. A lot of this explanation in the book, honestly, isn't that good. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't pick a better example here. Because for one thing, a lot of these are exactly the same number. And another thing is they don't even show all possible outcomes. So I'm at a loss for why this was not explained better. And this didn't help because I spent a good 10-15 minutes just trying to figure out what they even wanted. But let's say you had a digit in the odd place, so that's like 1st, 3rd, 5th, all that. Like, even if the first one was like 4, you'd double it, get 8, and then you wouldn't subtract 9. The 8 would be your final number. Okay. So if the last digit of the sum is 0, and they're saying of the sum. So they're saying once you get all these new digits out, actually half of them will be the exact same as the start. All the even digits will be exactly the same, as you can see here. 4, 7, 5, 5, 8, 2, 3, 6. If you do that out, all the new ones, and then you add them all up. In this case, you get 70. So if the last digit of the sum is 0, which means the number is evenly divisible by 10, right? It's a valid credit card. Why is it designed this way? Beats me. If anyone knows more about why, feel free to write it. Okay. And then they say here's a breakdown, but it's a bad example. Of course, just because you've generated a valid credit card number doesn't mean it's a real, actual credit card number. Validation is just for checking to see if the number you have isn't made up or junk. The number still won't work once you try to use it, since the valid number will be used to try to access an account that doesn't exist. So not even that part's written very well at all, I would say. They're saying if you just choose a string of numbers like this one here, like maybe this was just completely made up, and then you do this, and then you add them all up, and you get 70, and it's divisible by 10. It doesn't mean it's actually a credit card number, and this is kind of to show that in the game, you know, with all those junk numbers, I could find a string of junk numbers that work, and be like, oh, well, that's a credit card. But if they're somehow, well, I mean, in the game it did say that there's only one string that works. But anyways, if I can find one that does work, but it's not, I didn't do it right for some reason. You know, it's possible to get a valid string that isn't a credit card number. But that, and then it just says, but that's a whole other part of the system, something I may cover in a future article. Okay, so let me get the game back on screen. So, right, so, okay, so then it's like, alright, fine. Then maybe, all that is just to say that if you do, because where was it? This 17221 thing, if you try it out and That should be a valid one, right? I checked and it is not. It's not a valid number, which is weird, but I think the actual idea here is that you're not looking for all of the strings in this file that are exactly 16 digits long and then finding which one's a valid number. You have to like pick out a string of 16 from any string in here that's at least 16. And I think that can mean, you know, if it starts at this 8 and ends at this 4, that's a string. Or you could start at this 7, end at that 1, or start at that 5 and end at that 2. All of those are possible credit card strings, I guess. Maybe. The only thing is, like, how would you know? They say there's only one such sequence, so I guess that's possible that this was set up in a way that checks for that. But we have this one that's, what, 25 long, so there's like maybe 9 different strings, I think, in there, something around that. And then we had the one that was 16, and then we had this one that's like 28. That's got to be another 12 or 13. So there's like over 20 to check here. And also, it's not like I'm just going to be adding these up. I have to do a process to them. And that process alternates between evens and odds. So it's like a project, this one. That's why I was like, this is a lot. I was actually really surprised, and you know, you might be like, well, did you really check this 16 digit long one for sure? Because maybe if that would make a lot more sense. But then looking ahead, there's some in here that don't have any string that's exactly 16 long. So let's see, 1, 2, I think by default it's 10 if they're just digits. I think that actually does make the row exactly 10 long. So this one's 15, not quite. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we have a 16 one there, so whatever. Just to check though, is there another 16 in this one? Doesn't seem like it, right? Or maybe, no, not there yet. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's more because there's more than 2 rows. It's like more than 3 rows. That's probably like 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll check this again. I don't think there's a single string in here that's exactly 16. 3, 0, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 1. This is 25 plus 5, that's like 30. 3, none. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 31. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 12, 5. So, yeah, so maybe, like, the first time I read this, create a file in your host containing the contiguous 16 value sequence from the garbage file. That's what kind of sticks out, because you're just trying to process this word by word, right? So there is a 16 value sequence in here that's exactly the 16 value sequence, right? But then it says that is a valid credit card number. So then my second thought was, oh, okay, so there's not just one 16, not necessarily just one that's 16 long. There might be like 2 or 3 or something, and I have to figure out which of those are actually a valid number. And like, that's fair enough. But no, that's not it either. I think, and I could be wrong because it doesn't specify anywhere what these negative 9999s mean. Maybe they don't even matter too. Maybe I just supposed to, maybe like it could start anywhere. It could be 734, ignore those, 44, ignore that, 5, like maybe. I doubt it, because it's like, I guess that's just another value, except it would ruin any potential credit card number is the idea. So I think it could be part of any 16-digit long sequence. So I think there's not really many ways you can do this other than, and I think now I'm starting to get an idea, so I'll try my best to do this. But I think the only way to do this really is just go through every single one until you find it. The only issue with that is it's fine for here, right? 7, 3, 4. Oh, you see negative 999. Just ignore that. Just start over. And then, okay, start. Oh, no, negative 99. Ignore it. Start. Restart. 4, 4. And, like, you know, 4 is like, what, double. And then see if it's great. Like, you just do the process individually and make the total. But then 4. Oh, no, stop. Never mind. Negative 999. And then this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, no, stop. 1, nope, stop. Same, stop. And then here is the first time, right? 4, 1, 5, 0, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 4, 1, 6, 1, 9, 3. And that's 16 digits, I believe. So you process that, and then maybe you go, if it's valid, then okay, that's awesome. I guess that would be the credit card number. If it's not valid, this is where it gets really weird, because you have to check if the one starting at 1 is a valid credit card number. So do you wind back, seek 1, start again, I guess? How would we wind back, though? I guess I could wind back until I find negative 9999. Okay, I guess that's gonna be the process. So, alright, let's try this. I mean, this seems tough, but we're gonna try it. So I'm just thinking for like the winding back thing, because like the alternative to winding back, right, would be subtracting the value that this 4 corresponded with. Well, no, well that just doesn't even work, because you would have to, one thing you could do is shift over by 2, ignore the first 2 in a way. You would have to still like calculate exactly what you, like, it's a process, right? So I think it's going to be easiest to just wind back and then seek and then try again. And if I try again and then I hit something, you just continue on. So how do I, just thinking about looking ahead, how would I wind back? Because would that be, I guess, oh, you know, I guess I would seek back exactly 16, and then it's probably just, yeah. It's probably just winding back exactly 16, actually. Okay, so maybe that's more doable than I thought. Alright, so let's say link 800, link 802, link 798, because I don't start. I think that's 798. That's actually hard to see. Oh, shoot, there's always something blocking it. Is that... That's 799 actually. Why would they do that? Sometimes this game, it's like no one tested it. I I think that says 799 now that I look up close, but why would you not just anyway. Okay, so and then I have to pick up the file, so grab 199 and then I think oh, and then I have to create a file in my host containing that sequence. So probably if I find it, I just wind back and like send those out or something to an exa in here. But I'm gonna leave that till later. So to actually find it, I will let's see, because I have to start a process. I could take in the 3 into like X or something, but I have to do a couple operations on it. I'd have to double it, check if it's greater than 9. If it is, subtract 9, and then write that number, and then add that to some sort of running total. And I guess I don't think I really need, well no, I guess I do need the t value because I need to check if it's over 9. Or maybe I could write that into the register. No, that doesn't really work. No, actually, maybe it does. Because what I could potentially do is, yeah, maybe I'll write that into the T register. I think I could do this with just the single bot totaling it up in X. Because what I might do is always subtract 9, or sorry, always double and subtract 9 from the odd digits. But if my, oh wait, no, if the T value is negative, that just, that doesn't, sorry, I thought that would actually, it's only if it's exactly 0 is it false. Anything else means true. Yeah, so no, I would need to have that value somewhere else. So that's awkward. Because I have to store the running total, and then if I reach 16 digits, check if it's divisible by 10, and if it is, send those digits out to the bot waiting at the start. I don't think I'd want to send the running total out because, or send out each thing to add to the running total because, well, I mean, maybe I could do that. I guess if I send like a negative value, that could mean scrap that, start over kind of thing. Yeah, potentially, actually, because then I could just send out each digit just to some bot. The only thing is, then I wouldn't know when to stop doing it, so it would just always run through the whole file, but then I would have to... let me think about this for a moment. Because I was thinking I could... Oh no, but if I send out the digits, then I'm just delaying the issue. I mean, the other one could hold a file, I guess. Well, I won't be able to run the total with the bot that's holding the file because I'll have to use the T register to test if I've like what I do with the odd digits, because I have to double them and subtract 9. Like if I didn't have to do that, if it was just adding them up, then yeah, I could easily do that with one bot. But because I have to double it, subtract 9, or double it, see if it's greater than 10, and then subtract 9 if it's greater than 10, sort of thing. That whole process is, I have to check for positive or negative at some point, or greater than 10, less than 10 at some point. Or I guess greater than 9 or less than 10, whatever, you know. So and also I'd probably want to, if I hit negative 999, I have to restart the process. So but I was just thinking, if I just keep sending out values, just all of them, and have offload the work somewhere else, the other bot could hold a file, even if it's just a temporary file, because I know I have to make a, well, oh, but that's the thing. If I have to make a file with the 16 digits, if anything, I could have it so that, like, I could have it so that, wait, let me just check something here. I think, wait, I just want to check something. So if I say like, copy 1 F, copy 2 F, copy 3 F, copy 4 F. I just want to make sure I understand how this works. Yeah, it just overwrites them. Okay. Because I could just keep winding back with one file, rewriting over until I have something 16 digits long, and then potentially that's just like, it could be the winning number. And if it's not, all I'd really have to do is just like shift it. So okay, here's what I'm thinking. So like this guy, he just mark loop, copy F to M, jump loop sort of thing, right? And then there's another X at the start that just makes a file, and then well, I mean, it wouldn't just be that simple, I guess, but anyway, just to show the general concept. Can't spell, mark loop, copy M to F, jump loop. This is just making an exact copy of that file, right? But what I could do is, if this guy sees a negative 999, well, this is the thing, because then I would have to tell this one to no, wind back, restart kind of thing. But I mean, that negative 999 could be the indication in itself. It would just have to be like, instead of copying it straight to the file, I would copy it to X, and then if X is blah blah blah, then do that. Yeah, I guess that's one way, and then I would eventually get a string of 16, but see, even just knowing that I've seen a 16-digit long sequence would require some sort of counter, someone to be counting. I mean, I think I should do it this way, though. I feel like I should do it this way, where maybe I just make someone, yeah, I think I'll do it this way. So I think I'm going to have it so this person's just writing down, well anyway, this bot is writing down all the numbers, checking them as they go. If they see a negative 9999 before we've counted out 16, we stop and reset. So, okay. But this guy's job will just be copying them all down until you reach the end of the file kind of thing. Okay, so, and I'm just like thinking long term, I guess it's possible that like let's say the very first string was correct. This guy, he could just keep reading out until he's done, but someone would have to be taking in those values. Unless I send, like, this guy has to receive like a global value and check something about it. That could be a way around it, because then I could be like, just send over the kill message, like, which is like 0 or whatever, and he puts that in his T register, and if I could just have an F jump thing, and then if he sees that, he would just like halt, and then just send whatever if that's not the case. So that's one way. Or I could just have him read the whole thing out no matter what, which would be slow, definitely, but would also require someone to be taking in all those values, and that could be like void m, but then how would that person saying void m know when to stop? So I think that's just I don't forget the term for this, but it's like, it's just kicking the can down the road, like it's just the problem's just being put off. So I think I should have that sort of kill switch situation. So copy F to M, and then I'll say copy M to T, and then F jump. So if that's false, which is only if it's 0, then we get out of here. Or I could just say T jump loop, and then if that's not the case, it's just done. Yeah, actually, that's a way simpler way of thinking about it. So that would... Okay, so that would mean there would be some delay, but I think that's actually good. Okay, so... Alright, so... Yeah, and that should be basic. I think XA should basically be done with that. Like, that's real. I don't think I should have to edit that, but maybe. But I honestly don't think I will have to. XP, the one who is making a 16-digit file. Well, first of all, they have to know when they've seen 16 digits, so they're gonna have to keep count. And I think I can't do that, unfortunately, in the T register, because I'm probably gonna want to just, yeah, I want to test if the value I got is negative 9999, because if it is, I need to like go back to the start of the file. But that means that I don't know if I can keep it in X either. No, I don't know, because the idea is I have to check. I mean, I could write the thing down and then seek back and then test it, which is a little awkward, but then I don't actually have, then I could use X to count, which I think is nicer, because otherwise it's just going to be really hard. I mean, ideally I would have T to count, because then I could just increment it down one by one until it's 0, and then when it's 0, just F jump out. But they need to test stuff. They need to test if they just took a negative 9999 in. Because otherwise, I mean, it's not like this guy can do anything about that, because we're just trying to find a string of 16, and yeah, and I mean he has to, well, no, I'm just thinking. No, because the thing is, I need to know when I've hit a negative 99999. Someone needs to check that somehow. And the only way I can see a way of checking that is with a test. Yeah, like I don't think there's any other possible way. So if I need to test, someone needs their T register open. But this guy's T register, I mean, it could be open at times. All I'm thinking is this guy. I think I should do that overwrite thingy. But I'm just thinking of the best way to do. Because like I could have the guy in here see, like, wait till he gets a string that's 16 long and then send it out and then do that again if, but that's gonna get messy too fast. I don't like that. So I think I gotta stick with this way, but I'll need to know when I've put down 16, but I also need to know, because I could test every 16 even with negative 999, and those would ruin whatever calculation. Like, it would never sum to, it would always sum to a negative number. This is too big, but that would just require so much extra checking, so I don't like that. So I think instead, now it's hard because, okay, I think I should do that thing where I seek back one. I think that's going to be the way to do it, because I don't want to make it more complicated, and that just about works. I like that enough. Okay, so copy the number down, and then seek back one, and then test if f is less than 0. If it is, then we have to basically reset, so I'll just say f jump reset. But if it's not, oh, and so this is where I should say, or well, this is interesting because I guess we might have, this might be part of another loop actually, but I'll say copy 16 to x. Wait, hold on. Why wouldn't I just wipe the file? No, okay. Hold on, I'm just thinking. No, okay, I'm good. I was thinking, why wouldn't I just wipe the file, make a new one? But if I find one that's 16 and then I get another digit, I would want to add that on to the end. Okay, yeah, but we should have this like reset. Okay, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud, kind of in messy thoughts. But copy 16 to x. So first we want to see if we just wrote down negative 999. If we do, we reset. If we didn't though, then we should subtract x by 1. And this is where I would have preferred to have it in the T register, but because then I could just wait till it's 0. But I had to do that test, so I would just subtract x by 1, put in x, and then test if x is equal to 0. And if it is, then I've seen 16 digits, and this is where we would do a check. So I would say like t-jump check or whatever. But if not, so here, I'll just move that ahead. But if not, then we jump loop, where we copy the next digit and blah blah blah. Okay, so reset would be would mean we go back to the very first digit and start overwriting it. So that would be like seek minus 99999, and we want to copy 16 to x. So restart the count as well, and then jump loop. Yeah, I think I'd do it that way. So I mean, I guess this loop could be named a bit better. This is like find, like this is where we're just trying to find something that's like, call it like find loop, because it is a loop, and that's, maybe that's the distinction I should, anyway, it's a find loop. And then so once we found 16, we have to check it. And so the check's gonna be this other thing. But let's just see if how this works so far. Okay, wait, so let me just do that. So something broke. That file's really big, but I think I can do the, oh no. Wow, you can't collapse the file, I don't think. Anyway. So, oh right, because I have to, oh yeah, sorry. So I have to say a thing here. Okay, if we reset, oh well, so it should, let's see. We would want to send him the value, say, okay, give us the next one. Or would we, maybe we would start by saying copy 1 to F, because like that, it's like, okay, we need a digit sort of thing. We need a digit. But then if I ever say, okay, we don't need digits anymore, that's like the different signal, which would be outside of there. But we always start by taking in a digit and doing a bunch of checks. Or sorry, not copy 1 to F, copy 1 to M. Doing a bunch of checks, and then either requesting another one or saying you're done. I kind of think that might be the best way to go. Ooh, okay, so something's breaking. It keeps resetting. Why does it go reset? Because I said copy that, and then he's like, okay, so now I can send you something. Copy M to F 3. Test if F is less than 0. Why did that come up as? Oh, right, because if it, yeah, false. No, so sorry, it should be T jump reset. Whoops. Okay. Oh, and then that negative 999 thing, I have to erase it. Okay, so let's just wait till I get that. Or I guess it would appear straight in here. So if that's less than 0, we gotta go to reset. So actually I should seek back 1, delete that, and then, yeah, because otherwise, yeah, okay, so I think I have to say seek -1 void F, and then so on. Ah, not void F. all of that. Yep, nice, that looks good. Rewriting all of those. And let's see, we're at 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Alright, I think that worked so far. So now when we check, this is where they would have had the first 16 of those ones starting with that 8 and in a file. And what we want to do is add them all up in a certain way, check if they're a multiple of 10. If they are, we're done. Just drop that. And I might actually be able to make this work by just doing that calculation here. So I would just say to check it, seek back to the start, and then oh, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking. I'm kind of thinking something funny here. I just want to see how this would work. So I said seek F there because I'm thinking if we need to reset, funny enough, it's like I kind of want to seek by -9 like that. I can just kind of use that value is what I was thinking. So we wrote down that, right? We tested if it was less than 0. It was. We go here. Oh, sorry. So I'd say seek -1. Oh, well. Say seek -1, seek there. No, I don't think that's actually... Okay, I was just wanted to test that. Alright, anyway. So we'd seek back to the start. And then we would... Hold on, I'm just thinking. Maybe I should say F jump find loop here. And then just have the check go straight into this. Because what I'm thinking is there's probably going to be another loop. So I feel like I should say F jump find loop. And then if it didn't have to find a loop. Yeah, I just feel like this would make it a bit neater. We do that. We don't need actually to say mark check. It's just out of that loop now. So we seek back to the start. And then now we have to do this adding process. Don't really have to worry about... Yeah, we would just test into file. Yeah. Okay, so the first digit's odd, and then it's odd, even. So oh yeah, okay. So I could have a loop that just has, it checks 2 digits and then it loops back, and because that would just happen over and over. But we would test end of file after checking the second one, instead of having to do any sort of count now. Okay, so I think this is where we would mark check loop, and then I need to. Oh, I do need to do the thing though where I double the digit. Oh no, I need the T register one, so. Do I need someone else to tally up the total? Because I feel like I might need someone else to tally up the total, because I need to... Because like what I'll want to do is take in the values from F. The very first one I'll have to double, see if it's greater than 10. If it is, subtract 9, and then add it to the total. And I also need my T register to be checking for end of file. So all that is to say, like, if I want X to be the running total, I don't know if I can do that because I have to do these operations. And yeah, I feel like I'll just have to make a bot that's job is to just keep the running total, and then yeah, I feel like I'll need a third bot here. Do the running total, and then see if it's valid, then tell the bot that made the file that we're done, and then that bot, yeah, okay. I think that's what we'll have to do. So I think we need a third one, and all they need to do is just wait for him, and I think they'll communicate locally because this guy's gonna be waiting for a global value, but these guys need to communicate. Yeah, so I think this guy will always be local. This guy will need to flip. So I think we'll say seek -99, and then what is it? Mode, change to local, and then we do their check loop. So this is where the running. So we just get the numbers, the values that need to be totaled, and we send them to XC. Okay, so the loop goes. It goes multiply x by 2, store it in x, test if x is greater than 9, I guess I could say. Yeah. If it isn't, then we're good. So we would skip some steps. So I think I would say f jump 1 digit, I guess. Is that a good way of saying it? I mean, isn't a digit by definition a single? Maybe I'll just say f jump digit. But if it's not, then we would want to subtract x by 9 and store in x. Alternatively, I could just always subtract 9, check if it's less than, and then add. But I think I'll do it this way. And then we'll say mark, because now we have a digit. I think this makes more sense. Now we have a digit, so you go here, and we would copy x to m, and then we just copy x to m again, because now we're at the even one. And now we test end of file, I think. Yeah, and then once we reach end of file, we would tell the guy adding up the numbers that we're done. But so if we're not at the end of file, we got to go back to the check loop. But if we are at the end of file, this is where I think I should say copy like it could send 0, so it'd have to be a I'll just say copy -1, sure, to m. That's to say that we're done, and then he has to take in the value from the other one to see if we've gotten a valid credit card number. So it'll be copy m to, well, will we need to copy it, or I think we would just say like test yeah, or what's the best way of doing this? I think I would just say, I'll say it like this: copy m to t, and then if it's a 0, I'll just say like, then that's, we haven't gotten a credit card number, so I gotta go all the way back to reset. Well, no, it's not to reset, because this is where we would want to get the next digit. Yeah, so this is, so I'll say like continue, I guess. But, and then I'll just do that here, continue or something. But if we do have the right thing, then the guy who sent that out probably already halted. This guy just needs to copy, what was it? What was I looking? Oh yeah, I was just wait till a 0 gets sent over. So copy 0 to M. Or no, sorry, I gotta switch modes though. So it would be like mode copy 0 to M. Actually, I could just switch modes before, because I'll always want to switch modes at that point, and so that does double duty. So we either continue or we copy 0 to M and we halt, because then we'll just drop the file and we're already in the right place. Okay, but if I continue, this is where I need to seek. Let's see, because we have 16 digits. Yeah, so I'd seek back to the end, or sorry, to the beginning of the file, void that first one, because now it's like we might just have a 17th digit in a row, and in that case I don't need, like, I need to remember what I have so far. So yeah, just void that first value and then seek back to the end. But I do need to I mean, should I always say seek back to the end, or should I say test if... No, I think I'll say that. So yeah, seek back to the end, and then it should just be like the check loop, kind of. Or should it just exactly be the check loop? Or no, sorry, find loop. Where we request another value. Yeah, except I'll just want like a 1 in here, I guess. Wait, what does this person have in X right now? It could be anything in X. I said copy X. Oh, so sorry. It'd be copy X then copy F to M, because we're just straight up giving the digit. But the X value is just gonna be some digit 1 through 9. So, but I need it to be a counter now. So I would say, so if I could just send it back to the find loop. But I would want to say, let me just see here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'll just say seek to the end of the file, copy 1 into X, because yeah, because then it's like we're just looking for one more digit now. We've had 15 so far, and then now I can just say jump find loop. I have no, this has a slight small chance. Oh wait, no, I haven't even written XC yet. What? I was about to say this could work, and I was gonna hit it, and actually, yeah, no, that should be good. Okay, but XC just needs to take in 16 values, and let's see here. Oh yeah, and then send a negative when. Okay, so then this guy should just have a loop of his own, and he should just copy values from M into X. Yes. Yeah, into X. He's got to total those though, so it shouldn't be copied straight into X. So, wait a second. Because I have this signal to say because we're sending 16 values exactly. The idea is this guy doesn't need to keep track because he'll just be sent a negative value when it's done. So then he would need to have his T register open. But if he sent a negative value, let me just think about this because this is a bit weird. Because actually, I kind of just want, I don't think I want to say like copy M to X. I want to be adding those up as I go. So I kind of just want to say like add E M to X, or sorry, add E X M X or whatever. And then, but then if I do that, I'm not checking what I'm adding. So I could do something where I just test if X is like something. Like I could just have XB send over a giant negative value. A giant negative value, and then when, sorry, this is just annoying me. And then when when he adds a giant negative value, it would obviously make his stored number negative. That's the test. Because unfortunately I can't really use the T register. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a way around this if there is one. Because I could have him make a file, which actually is not that hard, I guess. But it's just, it would be annoying because I have to like seek back a lot one way or another. That's why I'm thinking I should just say something like addy x mx, and then test if that value is less than 0, or sorry, test if x is less than 0. If it is, we just got the kind of the signal, which it won't be -1. It'll have to actually be at least, I guess, like 151 randomly, because like if it's like all 9s or something, like, which I guess is a stretch possibility, but I could just say minus copy 1,000, so that he'll add -1,000. So if he had to add that big of a number, it would definitely make it negative. So if not, then he just T jumps back to there, and I guess this will be like, yeah, and then, but if he's out of there, then he wants to add 1,000 back to X, so that he has the correct number, and now he just has to see if that's a multiple of 10. Yeah, I think that's actually surprisingly a good solution, I think. Surprisingly. Anyway, so to see if it's divisible by 10, I think all I need to do... Wait, is this where I'd finally use modulo? I think I can actually use modulo, because then I would just need to see if the remainder after I divide by 10 is 0. So hopefully I'll get this right, but it'll be modi x10. And I could even say t, because then if it's 0, then we're good. So, and that would be like false in the t thing. But if it's true, so I could say like t jump, well, it's basically like there's two things that happen here. Split path. So I guess I would say like f jump done or something. But if it's not done, then what we should do is first we should copy, we should send the signal, just copy like 1 to M, and then we should copy 0 to X to reset our count, and then jump back to the loop. But if we are done, we should copy 0 to M, because I think that's the signal. Wait, I think I said F jump continue here, but I think it should be T jump continue. Because the idea is they copy that value into the T register. Oh, I mean, I guess I can do it either way, right? I guess they could even just copy the, like, they don't even need to use X, because... Well, okay, how am I doing it? So, right, I'll just do it however I'm doing it. So, F jump, so continue is 0. Okay, so I'll just say, yeah, we continue with that. But then anything else, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's like copy 1 to M, and then we're just done, actually, I think. So let's see. Does this by any chance work? It's doing stuff, which is good. Oh, something's happened. All right, what happened here? So they're all live. But let's see. XB is waiting for... So we got to digit. Copy F to M. But then XC... Wait, so they jumped out of the loop. Mark loop, add if X is less than 0. Wait, so why? Because XC should have just... It's like, yeah, no, not involved yet. And then it will be involved. Actually, I can just skip ahead. It would be here. So, okay, C16 now has to start adding these up. Okay, so it added... Did it add XMX? It should have... Wait. Copy X to M. It should have multiplied that by 2, got 16. Wait, what happened there? So let's see. Multiply... Oh, I said multiply X by 2 and add to X. This should have been multiply F by 2 and add to X. Let's see if it works now. That's all that. What happened there? Okay, something still broke. So... Okay, good. Still not 0, so we... Wait. Ah, shoot, it should have been F jump loop. Right? Yeah. Okay. So you start adding up a total. And then right now... Yeah, so out of there, we add it back. Tests, we're not done. So we gotta copy 1 over, reset our count, and then jump back here. Ooh, but then it dies. Okay, so XB died for some reason. Alright, so let's see. So copy M to T. Switch mode. F jump continue. No, so it should be T jump continue. Wait, how did I mix that up? Okay, so I think I should just switch this then. It should be yeah, I'll just say Oh, and I said copy 1 either way. F jump continue. So I should say copy. I think it was just I should say copy 0 to M is where I messed that up. Let's see, this seems to be good so far. Okay, I like it. It's testing a lot of possible strings right now. Didn't find it in that first run. Sending, it just keeps sending. So yeah, we haven't reached another one that's 16 long. So we're just waiting. This one is exactly 16, so they gotta wait a bit to check. I already checked that by hand. Yeah, it didn't work. So now we have this other, so it has to be somewhere in here, so hopefully I'm doing this right. Oh, okay, and then hopefully that's the right one, and I just forgot to tell him. I guess I just forgot to tell him. So copy 0 to M and then halt. Why didn't he get that signal? Oh, whoops, because it was supposed to be, yeah, because if he takes that value, and I guess I have to say, yeah, I guess I would just have to always say jump loop, but then if we're done, yeah, okay, I kind of, whatever, that's fine. So then I'll, because like I guess I would want it to be the second thing, but it just, I did it, it's too far. I've gone too far with this way, so I'll just say, yeah, F jump done. It's kind of silly. I feel like this is something I could fix up, but whatever. Hopefully that works. Yeah, alright. Cool, okay, that was not as bad as I expected. It was still tough, but I didn't even write any notes or anything, and it made enough sense. Wow, my size is actually not bad. Oh shoot, I was 1 away from the 10th percentile. So I could have even improved that if I just, probably it would have been better to swap it so that it's like instead of him checking a value and then sending it, the guy reading out all the values, it'd be the other way around, but I'm fine with that. And it's kind of slow. It looks, oh, well, I don't know. Compared to like the average, it's not slow. I'm pretty happy with that then. Nice. Turns out you can order and take delivery of a supercomputer surprisingly fast. Now I have to figure out how to make use of this thing. It works in an extremely different way than I'm used to. I feel like I'm trying to maneuver a big rig after years of being used to a roadster. That's a use of metaphor. What do you think? Operate a big, I guess that makes sense. It's kind of weird. Yeah, well, we'll see how I do it in a bit. Once this thing is fully online, I should be able to run dozens of metaphoric thought space dimensions at once. Maybe I should change my name. Why do you have that equal sign anyway? I always wondered. Well, I was drunk when I signed up. It was just a typo. I was describing myself. Oh, I thought it had some meaning. It does. It means I was drunk when I signed up. That's pretty funny. That's good. No, that was a good little bit of dialogue. Okay, I think that's where I'll stop with this one. It looks like it's just a hacker battle, which aren't usually too crazy, but that was just a big one, so I think that's enough for one video. Thanks if you watched, and I'll see you.